Alright, what's up, everybody? That's the new baby. That's the new whip. Hope y'all doing fine on this blessed and highly favored day. It's kind of rainy outside. But let me get in this car. Hey, everybody. What's going on? I'm trying to angle this thing right. But anyways, I don't know what happened. I was recording and it just cut off. But okay, so yeah, I'm driving my new vehicle, 2018 Ford Explorer. I am very, very, very happy with the car. By me being a big girl, and not only just big, but kind of tall. I'm like 5'8.5". It's kind of hard to find a vehicle that you'll be comfortable in. You don't have to worry about messing up your hairdo when you're trying to get in the car, because I like to wear a lot of pinups, and when I get my little protective styling, I like to wear a lot of pinups and stuff like that, and I have to scoot to get in the car. I don't have to worry about doing that. In here is very sleek. It rides very, very smooth. From what I see, of course, it's an SUV, so it's gonna it won't be as good on gas in comparison to maybe a sedan or a hybrid. But nevertheless, I love it. I'm grateful for it. Special thanks to, I want to shout out Irvin, Marcy, Big O, and of course my fiance Rick. They all were responsible for me getting this vehicle, All-Star Ford Prairieville. Let me tell you something. And I've had several cars in my lifetime so far, and I have not ever experienced customer service, family-like service like I had experienced at All-Star Ford in Prairieville. I'm telling you, they really put their customers first. Very professional, very nice. It's friendly atmosphere. I kind of at first did not trust car dealers or salesmen, because pretty much of how they conduct business. Some of them are very shisty, and I've come across some very shisty car salesmen, but I have not had that problem at all. I didn't experience none of that, none of those negative vibes at that dealership. So I strongly recommend, I highly recommend that anybody that's looking for a vehicle to go and just visit there. And I think you guys would be pleasantly surprised and would enjoy the experience. But anyways, so I wanted to share with you guys a story that happened to me a few days ago. Now, y'all know that I just started working from home a few months ago. I work for Apple through a contracting company, and they are very, very focused on the employee and their advancement. And that's the kind of job that I've definitely been looking for so far. And I've only been there 3 months. I have been the employee of the month. I've been featured in a newsletter, and I'm even being considered or referred by my supervisor to be a call center manager for the health department. And I've only been there 3 months. God is good, y'all. You know, even if I don't get the position or what have you, just to know that in that short span of time, to be considered for a call center manager position, that says a lot about how they treat their employees, and they cultivate or help cultivate their employees, especially the ones that are qualified, that are highly skilled. They definitely push them to be their best. So I'm glad I am at that. I'm glad I'm working there, that's for sure. But it's a double-edged sword, because anybody know, being in customer service, you have to be a patient individual. You have to actually like people. You have to actually really, really like people, and you can't take things personal. So I'm going to share with you a telephone call I had a few days ago. Because I work for Apple, I get the opportunity to speak with like people from all over the world, and that's a good thing, but at the same time, sometimes it can be hard. The language barrier can be very difficult, and can kind of make the experience, I wouldn't say unpleasant, but I would say just maybe not too satisfactory, not too, especially coming from the customer standpoint of view. And I understand, me maybe repeating or asking them to repeat something, it may frustrate them because their accent is hard or thick, and although it's English, I may not understand what they're saying, and I'm trying to understand, and I let them know, well, sir, I'm having a hard time understanding. Can you speak a little slower for me, or can you spell your name? Well, this particular caller wasn't having it. He was not having it. I don't know if he wasn't from London, he wasn't from England, because I know a British accent, but it was like an Irish, Scottish, very thick accent, Australian, one of those accents. And he was telling me his name, because you have to verify their information. So he refused to give me his phone number, which is fine. He doesn't have to give me his number, but I have to look up his information to look into his account to see if I can resolve his issue. So when he told me his name, I could not understand at all what he was saying, and I was asking him to spell it. And the way he was spelling it, he said, for example, this is how he was saying. First name is Carl, last name is COOWWEFRQZPP. I was like, I'm sorry, sir, can you repeat that? And I guess I asked that too many times. Let me speak to your manager. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to imitate his accent, but trust me, this dude, at least you can understand what I was saying. This guy, I could not understand nothing he was saying. So he was like, fucking Christ, send me to the manager. And I was just like, sir, and I promise you, we did not get far. I only asked him for his name like maybe twice, 3 times. About 3 times at the most. So there was another lady on listening in on the call, another advisor. She was listening on the call because she wasn't able to take calls, on her own, because I think something was going on. She had some malfunctions going on with her dial pad. So, so she won't miss a day of work. She was just listening in on calls, giving me advice on how to, stepping in if I needed assistance or something like that, whatever. So she was just like, I think his name is such and such. So she spelled it out for me. So that was the only reason why I was able to spell his name, because she was able to decipher what he was saying. So I got his name and I asked for his email, and he gave me his email, and it was still mumbled. It was just, I couldn't understand it. I couldn't. So by the time I figured it out, it was his last name and some numbers or what have you. He said, put me on the phone with a manager, you fucking black cunt. Now, I have dealt with rude people, nasty people. I know how to deal with them. But I've never, ever dealt with a bigot or a racist that was just out like that. He said, and he screamed it. He screamed it. You effing black cunt. Put me on the phone with your manager. So by that time, I was taken back, because for a minute, the night ward Nicole was about to come up, and I was about to say fuck this job, and I was about to give him like 2-3 pieces of my mind. But I hung up the phone, and we were trained not to do that, not to hang up the phone in customers' faces or what have you. But I hung up the phone. So the other advisor who was listening was like, "Oh my God, let me, get the supervisor on the phone." So my supervisor came on the phone and asked me what happened, and I told her what happened. But I was so overwhelmed to the point where I just started crying. They didn't know that I was crying, but y'all, I was crying because I don't let anyone, I don't allow anyone to talk to me in that way. Anybody know me, know that I demand respect. And I could not, I was aggravated and I was angry because I could not say what I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even if he, when he called me that name, my supervisor said, "Well, Nicole, you should have said, don't talk to me that way." And I did. There was a point in time I said, "Sir, I'm trying to help you, but I can't help you if I don't understand what you're saying. And I know you're frustrated, but I really need to." And when I asked him, "I need you to spell your name, letter by letter." "No, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it my fucking way." So obviously this dude was off his fucking rack. He was off. He missed his pills. He didn't take his meds that particular day. He didn't take his meds. And I was the one pretty much that kind of like, he took it out on. And I had to take a break. Like, after that, I had to take a break because I did not want to continue like having calls at that time. I was so angry. Y'all, I was so angry. And I just like, Lord, help me today. Because here's the thing. A lot of people, and we're living in a very highly sensitive time, especially with racism. It seems like we're in this Trump era now. And people all over the world, not just in America, people all over the world are like coming to the forefront with this ignorant bullshit. And they feel like if they want to call you a nigger, they're going to call you a nigger. If they feel like they want to call you a monkey or any type of racial slur, they feel like they can do that. They feel like, okay, I don't have to be silent about being a ignorant asshole or a racist anymore. I can be one and be proud, ever since Trump been in office. And it's happening all over the world. And I was just like, you know what? If I have to deal with this on the job, with dealing with customers calling me out my name and having to deal with racial slurs or what have you, I don't think I'll have this job for long. Because I promise you, if that man, that very same man who sounded like just an old white bigot, if that man would have said that to my face, you understand? If he would have said that to my face, I promise you, or if he was talking to me face to face, he would not have said that. He would not have went out and called me out my name. Because most bigots and racists are cowards. Most of them are. And I promise you, he wouldn't have done that to my face. Maybe behind my back, but he wouldn't have said that to my face. And that's what aggravates me. That's what aggravated me, because I couldn't respond how I wanted to. I just had to let him call me that. But I hung up the phone in his face because I wasn't going to tolerate that. And I could have gotten in trouble for that, but my supervisor understood, and told me to just go ahead and take your break now, Nicole. Go ahead. But my point is this, and it's crazy because I was looking at Instagram early this morning, and Timothy Figaro, I heard a little excerpt. Someone did a little video. I don't know what page it was on, but Timothy Figaro, she's a gospel singer. She sings with Kurt Carr, and she used to sing with Hezekiah Walker. And a true woman of God, she says, the excerpt that I heard, she said something about responding to negative situations with grace. And although I wanted to call him all kind of, you white you racist son of a. And I wanted to tell him all kinds of stuff, but I didn't. And it was later confirmed, sometimes you're going to have to reply. There are times you're going to have to just reply with grace. And people gonna say all these things about you. And my husband tell me this all the time when he saw how upset I was, because he came home from work like right after I got off the call. So he saw me crying and he asked me what was wrong, and I told him. He was like, man, that man don't know you. He don't know nothing about you. Why are you letting him? Why are you letting him get to you? He don't know you. He don't know what kind of person you are. I said, but still though, those words really hurt. He was like, don't let that hurt you. You're not a black cunt. But it was just like I couldn't say what I wanted to say. But I'm glad I didn't, because that means that I would have been worse than him. You understand? I would have been, if I wouldn't have taken the high road, I would have been just as bad as he was, just as ignorant, just as foolish, just as stupid as he was. So in the end, I came out on top, because I know I'm not that. That was very vile and disgusting. Like, people are just, these days are just, they have no regard. And the Bible talks about that. People hearts just being, people conscience being seared with a hot iron. I read the scripture one time of that. And the love of people just growing cold. Hurt people. There's a lot of hurting people out there. And I don't know what that man was going through. He probably had a really shitty day. But although I know that's not an excuse to be an asshole. But still, I have to take all those things into consideration. As far as people, as far as being a good customer service rep, as far as just being a people's person, just have to understand everybody's not going to be nice to you like you're nice to them. Everybody's not going to be cordial with you. There are actually going to be some people, they're going to have their picks and chooses. They're going to be nice to who they're going to be nice to. And no matter whether you're nice to them or not, if they choose not to be nice to you, they're not going to be nice to you. But that should not change how you respond to that. How you respond, how they act, you should not react. You know what I'm saying? React in a positive way that's going to make you a better person, that's going to build your character. So, yeah, that's a child. I didn't want to be on here too long. I know my doggone my vlogs be long, and I know it's been a long time since I did that little mukbang. I ate that little food. I haven't been on for a while, but I've just been doing some things, working and stuff like that. I'm still planning to get a vlogging camera, because there are some things that that come across, like random stuff that I want to talk about or I want to share with you guys. So thank you for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. And to all my subscribers, God bless y'all, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed and highly favored week. And let me pay attention to this road, because if you live in places like Baton Rouge, y'all know they drive crazy out here. So let me go on about my business, y'all. I'll be back, all right? Y'all be cool. Peace.